I don't think that the Hive has eaten like this since the I Am Sasha Fierce era, and I'm about to get my life, okay? I'm the librarian, and I came to read. Now, Beyonce, sis, I took a look at this Netflix thing that you have coming, this trailer for this Netflix documentary, Coachella thing that you have coming out, and I just have to say, I don't know what it is, I don't know what type of superpowers, magical superpowers that you done gave to Blue Ivy, but she is reaching for the Iron Throne, okay? Like, Blue Ivy is here, honey. She's here! Let me do some quick housekeeping, some announcements before I get into it. This weekend, I attended Justin's watch party and a bunch of the girls came out. It was so much fun. If you want to see some more pictures, you can check out his Instagram as well as mine at Adrian Expression. It was just so much fun. It was great to support my good sis. This is something he wants to do more often, so I cannot wait to see what the future holds, you know? Everyone was so sweet. The energy, the vibe was so good. Also, like y'all already know, every Wednesday For the Culture Podcast releases a new episode, so make sure that you stay tuned to fortheculturepodcast.com this week so that you can go ahead and check it out. And lastly, my birthday party is coming up, girl. I just invited a bunch of the girls to the club at Mix Atlanta. Make sure you come through, 21 plus. You can just come to the door, girl, and be like, hey, sis, you know what I mean? Regular entry, or if you want to, you can go to houseofexpression.com/shop/birthday to get you a VIP ticket. I think there are a couple left there, so please go ahead and check it out. I want to party with you girls, okay? It's my 25th. I'm going to be a drunk ass mess. So let's talk about this. I'm going to stand for a moment. I'm going to stand just for a moment. Let's talk about Miss Beyonce, okay? Oh my God, the power that has, the reach that has, the implications, the international implications, literally, the international implications that has. Like, sis, I don't know what type of deals this girl be signing. She has such power behind her name, sis. Like, all Netflix did, I mean, all their accounts, basically all over the goddamn planet, all they social media accounts did was just post a this cute ass photo, which was like, hey sis, homecoming, that's it. We ain't even saying Beyonce name on the cover. Y'all already know what the tea is, so why do we even have to spend more money, write more words on more billboards? Y'all hoes already know what the tea is, and that's the type of brand power I'm talking about. Sis don't even have to put her fucking face on anything, and you girls adjust a color and some fonts, and you girls are gonna be standing, you're gonna be, oh girl, I got my life. Now Coachella, the reason why I'm so excited about this is just because obviously I saw Coachella countless amounts of times because it was just so immaculate, so well done, so well put together, so well thought out. Creative energy was there, creative direction was there, power was there, choreography was there, vocals was there, outfits was there, Destiny's Child was there. Girl, it's just blackness, the flavor. Oh my God, it's so real. Like, you know what I mean? Blackness was there. HBCU Shout Out was there. You see what I'm saying? We had no choice but to stand. So I'm over here getting my life. I already know Coachella's that girl. And then here come Netflix putting this shit. I said, oh girl, what's the tea? What's going on? And then here comes this damn trailer. I said, okay, Beyonce had the license. Okay? That's what Maya said, didn't she? She said, you don't have the license. Well, guess what? Beyonce has the license, okay? And she said she put Maya over a cute little trailer and was just like, hey sis, y'all already know what the tea is. I'm not gonna say shit else, but on April the 17th, y'all girls are gonna have to be watching. So I don't know what I'm going to be doing with my life. Like, I'm gonna be extremely exhausted this month. We have April 14th is Game of Thrones. Miss Daenerys is coming down. If somebody don't put some armor on these damn dragons, I know something. April 14th. Then we got April 17th. Miss Coachella's coming out. What am I gonna do? And from what I saw, it was over 2 hours. You can correct me if I'm wrong. I think the last time I saw it, the documentary is listed as being 2 hours and 17 minutes. So, oh, we eating high. We are eating high. We are eating this much. We definitely deserve. I saw a couple of you guys getting so angry that Beyonce, I thought we covered this already, but I saw some of y'all just really pressed that she had this homecoming, these Greek ass letters, and y'all were just like, oh my God, that's not what those letters mean. It actually means this. I'm so mad that Beyonce's using these Greek letters. I'm like, sis, that's why I put on Twitter, I was like, y'all be getting hazed and branded to do the same shit, sis. Y'all be paying these organizations money to get some co-opted Greek letters that half y'all don't even know how to read a fucking sentence in Greek. So it's like, sis, sit y'all ass down. What are you talking about? I'm so mad that someone else is using Greek letters in the incorrect way, just like my ass is. Girl, don't nobody give a fuck. Like y'all niggas really be shoulder swiveling and barking and stomping and shit. And y'all think that y'all are like some type of Aristotle or some shit, or Socrates or something. Girl, like y'all have ownership over the Greek. Girl, sit your ass down. She's using it in a creative, aesthetic way, just like y'all ass to do. Sit y'all ass down. Keep y'all purchased ass Greek letters that y'all don't even know how to read. Y'all can keep it over there. We're going to be over here celebrating the queen of the music industry, and that's just gonna be it. That's it. And lastly on this topic, I wanted to say that I saw Blue Ivy sitting there in the front row while, you know, rehearsal was going on. Beyonce, I think, was there and her dancers, and Blue Ivy was doing the choreography along with their asses. She was shaking those braids around. She was whipping them around back and forth like she thought she was Willow Smith. I had to stand. I had to stand. Blue Ivy understands the power that she has, and she's not gonna let you girls step on her at all. All I have to say is, girl, Beyonce better get ready to, I don't know. Blue Ivy, like I've always been saying, Blue Ivy, I can imagine is a handful to deal with, but it seems like the talent always jumps out. And I'm here for it. So yes, I want to talk about what Kodak Black said about Lauren London. Now there are two parts to it. One is what he said, and the other part is how it was received and the type of backlash that he got. So I want to talk about it. First we talk about what he said. Now I'm not really going to focus too much on what he said because I don't go to a dumpster expecting to find flowers and gardens. You see what I'm saying? If I'm going to take a trip to the dumpster, I know what I'm going to get. He's been people have been enabling him to be trash. His peers have not been calling him out, even after all this charges, all the evidence, and the shit that he says about black women, the rapey shit that he says. They don't say shit about it, but this is what caused them to pop off, okay? But we already know Kodak Black. He's, oh my God, I would give her at least a year or two before I holler at her, what's up? And I'm just like, of course Kodak would target a black woman to talk shit like that, especially some weird, creepy shit. It's just like, he speaks like all women are, number one, attracted to him, number two, owe him sex, so or owe him any shot. So it's just really dangerous. He's a dangerous ass person. Just by the rhetoric that he continues to spew, you can tell that he doesn't know the meaning of boundaries, especially when it comes to women. The second thing is how people reacted to it. So now all these niggas want to start speaking out. We had the Game and T.I., all these people start speaking out. Just now they started speaking out, even though we trying to get Kodak's creep ass out of here for the longest for the weird shit that he's been doing. And even with those accusations, every time, like I said, that he opens his mouth, he proves why he's facing these damn charges. So it really, and there was a whole discussion on Twitter. People were saying like, you know, the reason that so many of these men are so angry about what Kodak Black said about Lauren was that they still view Lauren as a dead man's property. They still view Lauren, because it wasn't even, oh, we're, you know, worried about Lauren and how she's feeling about this and why would you do that. It was more like, that's Nipsey's girl, why would you do that? So, you know, this is, after all the shit that Kodak Black has been doing, this is the shit that hits a fan, because Lauren is supposedly a dead man's property. And so why would you come up violating another man's shit? That's where it came from. And it's just like, y'all niggas, it is not hard to see through this performative bullshit and disingenuous stupidity that y'all always do. It's not hard to see it. The real reason these niggas are mad is because when they die, you know, they want to still have ownership over the women in their lives too. You can even hear it when they talk about women, especially like celebrities, famous women who have moved on after a relationship, and it doesn't even matter the length of time. A lot of them be like, oh, well, why the fuck did that bitch move on so quickly? It could be a year after. Why the fuck that bitch move on so quickly? She didn't respect her. Like, she's not yours to own, sis. Like, what are you talking about? So the niggas that are responding to Kodak Black are just like, girl, that's Nipsey girl. And then Kodak thinks that he should have ownership over her. So it's like, even in the conversations going back and forth between Kodak and T.I. and Game, like, Lauren still doesn't have her own agency. It's crazy. It's insane. Now, let me just get this Ariana Grande bullshit out the way. There's a whole conversation going on online about gay baiting, queer baiting, what that is, and critiquing not only people like Ariana Grande, but so many, oh my God, so many others that have used the LGBT community or it just comes across in a way that, in an exploitative way. And there were some people who were disappointed in what I had to say, like, oh girl, this is ironic coming from you judging somebody for their sexuality. I'm just like, sis, I don't know. To me, a lot of times this shit comes off as a cop-out when people want to remain in certain spaces, certain like privileged spaces, while also dangling a bunch of shit in front of the LGBT community. It just seems exploitative, especially given Ariana Grande's past with marginalized communities. That's the first thing. thing. The second thing is, she headline some pride shit in the UK and they were dragging her ass for that shit. And it's just all that shit added up into one. And then for her to come on here and talk about, I like women and men, yes, no label, but just don't label. I don't feel the need to label it. It just comes across as disingenuous, and that can go for any of these motherfuckers who do anything like that. I remember I used to always talk about James Franco. I used to always talk about Nick Jonas. I used to always talk about that shit. I mentioned Katy Perry and I Kissed a Girl and You're So Gay, that song. Like, all of that, that shit just don't be rubbing me the right way. It don't be. So I would love to hear what you guys think about that shit, because like someone said on Twitter, there's a fine line between gatekeeping and trying to get people to prove if they're gay enough or whatever versus calling out like exploitation. And I can't speak to specifically what's going on in her brain, but all I'll say is this. Is that a lot of that shit comes across as performative, and especially if you are already a celebrity who has had problems with marginalized communities and minorities, and if you already have done weird, disingenuous, performative bullshit in the past, it's gonna be difficult for me to trust anything that you say, especially when it comes to topics like these, okay? And I don't think that's a mean or false thing to say. I just think it's accurate. All I can do is look at what you give me, and what you given me in the past was just cold ass food that I didn't ask for, and I had to fold the plate up and put it in the trash while you weren't looking. So I don't know, I would really like to see what you guys think about that. So I guess we can end this video on The View. I think it's so insane that The View is never going viral for how they broke a topic down or the different perspectives that they brought to a topic. It's always because Meghan McCain is a fucking asshole. And so this, of course, this day is no different. A new clip just came out of, I think Joy and Meghan McCain were talking about immigration, and Joy, of course, is coming from an area where it's just like, I want to make sure everyone is helped. I want to make sure that these countries are getting what they need so that these people can be happy within their country, because people forget that like they're leaving their homes. No one wants to leave their home, providing help so there's not so many refugees dying trying to get to different countries. That's the shit that Joy was on. Of course, Meghan McCain offered a different selfish ass perspective and kept cutting Joy off, and Joy was just like, sis, like, I've let you finish and I've listened to you, like, let me make my point. And Meghan McCain was like, well, sis, it's part of your job to listen to me. I'm like, get this entitled brat who keeps flapping her fucking gums out of here. Get somebody else on the goddamn show if this is gonna be the case over and over. Just because your father built a name off of being a warmonger like the rest of these fucking politicians, sis, like, it doesn't give you the license, come on Maya Angelou, to be as stupid as you fucking look every moment that the camera is on. It is not the Meghan McCain show, and if it was, the ratings would not be there. And like, do you really think you white supremacist Jesus? You think you white Jesus? When you walk in here, everybody gotta stand up and listen to what the hell you got to say and take that shit as law? Girl, who are you, sis? What have you actually done? Nothing. And that's what scares you, sis. That's what bothers you. That's what has you so pressed. You are mad. That's why you're mad. You're so angry that everyone is dragging the shit out of your fucked up ass opinion because you can't even back it up with no work that you've done, no moves that you've made, nothing that you've done to help anybody but your goddamn self. You can't back it up with any work experience. No, you don't have anything to back it up. So it's like a double injury. Not only is what you say stupid and constantly getting dragged, and you feel that every time you open your mouth, you can't even back up the statements with any type of experience or credibility. So that's a you problem. That's what you are insecure about, what you bring to the table, because you don't bring shit to it. And if I was Joy, I would have taken that tablecloth off that table, cut some holes in it for your eyes, put it over your head so it can properly represent the type of person you are. I just got to make sure that the tablecloth is white. And on that note, even though nothing is clicking, nothing is sticking with Meghan McCain, she can take her Elmer's glue shape head ass back to the pre-K class she belongs in. And only then will I have a good goddamn evening.